Now, I've made a lot of videos, mostly long-form videos on this platform. It was only quite recently that I decided to make shorts videos. In my mind, there were going to be previews for the upcoming repair videos on that piece of equipment I was working on that week, but I would never have guessed they'd be so popular, and in the end, the shorts were even more popular than the repair videos themselves, which kind of surprised me. So today we're going to look at some of the top videos, which will also include shorts from this last year, and I'm also going to share why I think they were more interesting than some of the other videos, and at the end I'm going to tell you which one was my favorite. Hopefully this will help me make better videos in the future. Now, the first video I want to talk about is a shorts video, and it was about how much compression a two-stroke engine needed for it to start and run. It brought up a great topic for discussion, and a lot of people had an opinion on what an acceptable compression reading was. If you're still curious to what the answer is, the honest answer is as much as possible, but it seemed like most people agreed that 90 psi was the minimum. The next video was yet again another shorts video, and this time it was about a John Deere mower, and I wish I could tell you the video brought up a good topic of discussion about the brand John Deere, but it turns out a lot of people just wanted to complain that I didn't have any gasoline in it. I guess if you wanted to make a good shorts video, just say something that a lot of people will not agree with, that way the viewers will just start to tell you that you're basically wrong. Now, the repair video for this mower did perform extremely well, but the shorts video got more than 10 times the attention. Now, the part of the video that a lot of people disagreed with was that I said there was still gasoline in the tank, which most people disagreed with. However, if you're familiar with this tank, if the bottom of the tank is still wet, it means there's several ounces of fuel at the bottom and even more in the lines and carb. The next video that the viewers seemed to like was a shorts video about a PowerMate generator that had been left at a friend's shop. Now, a lot of people had an opinion on what should be done with the generator that had been pretty much left abandoned, which is one of the reasons why it did so well. And just to clarify, the shop is not mine. It belongs to a friend, and I don't have any say in what goes on there. And the last time I checked, it's still there, and they seem to not have an issue with it being there, even though space is getting kind of tight. The next shorts video that did extremely well was about a snapper mower I found next to a dumpster. The reason this video did so well was because a lot of the viewers were being a bit critical when I found out more about the mower when I got it home. When I got it home and started to look at it, it was then that I realized that the engine seemed to be stuck. Now, a lot of people said they would have checked it while at the dumpster before ever taking it home, and to be honest, I never look a gift horse in the mouth, so even if I realized that it was stuck, I still would have taken it home anyways. The next shorts video was about a Homelite chainsaw, and at first I wasn't sure why I was getting the attention that it was. That was until I read the comments. Turns out most of the comments were offering tips and advice, however, some were only there to bash the brand, and that was it. Now, I'm not sure why some of the viewers absolutely hate this brand, but to be honest, if you don't have the funds to buy a commercial chainsaw, buying this is still better than using a handsaw. The next shorts video that did extremely well was about a Troy-Bilt zero-turn mower, and after reading the comments, it was quite clear why the viewers were so interested in it, and that's because it's a bit different than my typical mowers, trimmers, and blowers content. Unfortunately, this video was shot on location, and I wasn't able to get a lot of time with it other than dealing with the initial problem, which was water in the fuel system, and luckily getting that water out of the fuel system was pretty easy to do. The next shorts video that did really well was about a mower that I had sold to a friend, and while on vacation, the kids were instructed to mow the lawn, but when they got back, this is what they came back to. Now, most of the comments were very relatable, which is why I think this video did so well. Now, on a personal note, I think the kids did this on purpose so they would get in trouble and they wouldn't have to mow the lawn again, but joke's on them as the parents didn't seem to care either, and the kids are still mowing the yard to this day. The next shorts video that performed better than expected was about a mower I found dumped at a local middle school down the street from me. Now, the comments on this one were fairly constructive, however, I did get a few unsavory ones, but then again, we're all entitled to our opinions. Luckily, most of the comments had a lot of good advice, which I ended up using in the repair video, which leads us to the next video that did better than expected, which is of course the repair video for this very mower. Now, in the repair video, I ended up doing a lot more cleaning than I wanted to, but it wasn't only just dirty, it was covered in oil as well, and if I had to guess, I'd say that was the part of the video that some of the viewers enjoyed the most. Now, the reason I say that was because the fix to get the engine running again was rather simple, as it just needed the jet to be cleared, and in my mind, that's not all that interesting to watch. Either way, I enjoyed making this video just as much as the viewers did. The next shorts video that did better than expected was a video about the difficulties of starting two-stroke engines. I think the reason it did so well was because, yet again, it was so relatable. A lot of the comments had to do with tips and tricks getting around these difficulties, while others vouched for their preferred brands, which is only natural. Then, at the end of the video, I offered my own recommendations on how to get a flooded engine started, which most people seem to be grateful for. Just as a reminder, please read your owner's manual on their recommended way of starting the machine. The last and final video is my favorite video of this year to make and produce, and this one was about a steel trimmer. The reason I enjoyed making it so much was because it wasn't their top or even middle of the road model. Instead, it was their cheap trimmer. That means there's a good chance for all of us to experience what it's like having one, especially if you're on a tight budget. The best part was that it was a simple problem to fix and involved my favorite tools, which is my drill and my torch. Now, after burning some carbon off the spark arrestor screen and enlarging the opening for the tailpipe, the trimmer is now running at full speed again. So in the end, I enjoyed all the videos I've made this year, but to be honest, I like to make more videos that were from viewer recommendations because I enjoy the interactions I get with the viewers a lot more. So if you have any recommendations, I'd be glad to hear them. I also really do enjoy reading all your comments, so if you got anything you want to add, either your opinions or even your criticisms, I'd like to hear them. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate your time here. Please feel free to ask me any questions about this project or your own projects. And I hope to see you in the next video.